It's 10:23. Somebody made us late again today, so probably was a lot of treasure. Probably a lot of treasure that we missed out on.
4 minutes late, and she thinks we missed everything.
No, but some of the good stuff at the beginning. Anywho, we're at the bins. I don't know what the deal is. I do not think they do have. I know you've said before that they don't have AC. They do have AC in there.
They have a
it's
swamp
usually.
cooler.
I think they have actual AC. Usually it's decent. I don't think they had any air on today because it was sweaty. It was real hot. Like usually you think it's hot, but it's not really. It's just your hot flashes. Today it was hot like from like minute 1, and I'm like, Vicky's not gonna like this.
Somehow we managed to last 2 hours anyway, but they were doing the rotations pretty quickly today.
They were.
It's 100 and almost 110 outside right now, which makes for it's just miserable. This is the miserable time of the year in Vegas. We sacrifice a couple months out of the year and living here in this awful heat to have beautiful weather most of the time.
Did you find anything good today? Are you happy with your day?
I mean, yeah, I think I got some good stuff. Mostly a lot of bread and butter things, but I got a couple of good bangers.
Some bangers.
Not t-shirts.
And Jesse was here, so we got to see him for the first time in a very long time. He had gone away to Arizona, and then he got sick, and then he's been doing a lot of work at the shop. So we finally got to see him today, and I took some videos, so that'll come right after this before we get into our haul. But it's a bazillion degrees today. The car says it's 109 degrees. So, you know, you always got to use your sunshades to make sure that your car isn't overheated. And luckily, we have a really good one. Do you like looking at yourself when you get in the car?
No, it's ridiculous.
Look at how ridiculous yourself thinks you are.
Pretty much.
I have them backwards. For one, I think it's really funny to get into the car and see this. And two, this one over here does not want me embarrassing us with them facing out. So it's pretty funny. Anywho, are we gonna go get some coffee?
Yes, please.
I'm pretty sure it's my turn to get you coffee.
It is.
How do you feel about that?
Yay for coffee.
All right. And looky who we got here.
Hello.
Jesse's been MIA at the bins for probably about a year.
A year? A week and a half.
What did you find?
Got this. It's pretty cool. UNLV sweatshirt.
Nice.
Normally that sells for like 20 bucks, but I'll probably get like 40 because I'm across the street from the school. You know. I'm pretty sure that says perfect.
Yes, it does.
But it's like a little 70s chain stitch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Satin jacket.
I love it.
Arctic Ocean. What else is in here? Old Dolphins sweatshirt. California State University. This like vintage Adidas bag. So nothing too crazy, but a solid day for sure.
Very good, very good. All right, guys. I think it was on our last haul video. Oh, I cannot see, and it's so loud out here. I don't even know if we're on camera. On our last video haul, Vicki had shown a backpack that we realized was too damaged. She was going to throw it out, and I said, no! We're giving it to Jesse because either you or Trevor can hopefully do something with it. So check it out.
Oh, this is
it is legit. I don't think they even knew they're not like huge sellers necessarily, but you've got like the cool.
No, we can like.
You can take like the patch or like the
stripes and everything. Yeah, this is sick. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's just as is.
I'll put those on some pants or something or a hat and
Versace or Versace.
Versace.
And then there's a couple of goodies in there for you that you should be able to sell on something.
Oh yeah. This is 90s.
It's vintage.
Yeah,
it's not like a huge seller, but it'll be good for your whatnots that you do.
This is cool too. Sweet, thank you guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys.
Cool little pieces.
Make sure that you are following Yesterday's Fits on YouTube. I'm going to put a link down below. He's trying to build his channel, so help the brother out.
Yeah, please.
And good to see you, dude.
See you guys.
Why are you rolling your eyes at me?
Because you're already annoying me and it's hot. Well, I guess I'm going to start my haul with, as I pulled everything out of the bag, finding two things. I thought I looked through everything so well today. I was so proud of myself. Putting back crap that I normally miss things on, and I still have two fails today. And one of them is kind of an expensive one because of the weight. So these probably cost me $5 and I'm gonna have to throw them away. I was super excited because they're Callaway golf shoes and they're new without the box. But guess what, guys? They're both left feet.
Ouch.
They were tied together like this and they're perfect, in good, brand new condition, and worthless. I am not listing single shoes. I know, before you come at me and say you can list them single, there's not a heck of a lot of golfers that are golfing with one leg. Takes a little more balance than that probably. And honestly, every time I've done that, I've had issues with it. People don't read. So the other thing is I always pick up Levi's 501 jeans. They don't have to be vintage. These are not vintage. But I mean, they do have to have an intact crotch usually. So these are a big no too. Anyway, so that's like $6, $7 I'm gonna throw away. Okay, so I have this shirt. I don't think it's vintage. At the very oldest, it's probably early to mid 2000s. There's no tags on it. It is a Jerry Garcia band tee. It is not a Grateful Dead tee, but as you know, Jerry Garcia is a singer from the Grateful Dead. It is tagged on the back, printed on the back with the name and the brand. Because it's printed on the back, I don't think it's a repro of any kind or a bootleg, I should say. But I also can't find this exact design with a quick search. Who knows? Some of the Jerry Garcia band tees go for a lot because just like the Grateful Dead, they don't necessarily have them in massive quantities. They like to do a lot of different shirts for different shows. So we'll see. I don't know if it's worth anything. This was worth picking up anyway. Could be worth $5, could be worth $200. I don't know. More research needed. Okay, vintage Wrangler Western shirt.
Fancy.
Fun pattern. This will probably be a $40 shirt. 90s, Y2K, Alberto McCauley, I should say. This is the type of shirt. I always pick these up and they always sell pretty fast. They don't sell for a ton, but they still sell for like the $40 range. It used to be a very expensive designer, but now it's one of those brands that you can find at Dillard's on clearance, so they don't sell for quite as much as they used to. All right, I have this vintage hand knit sweater. There are no tags. Probably commercial. It probably wasn't knit by someone's grandma, but I guess it could have been.
Someone's cool grandma.
Yeah, some fun vintage, like 80s retro colors and styles. It's pretty cool. No tags. The vintage UNLV Rebels. Made in the USA. I don't know, jersey of some sort, sleeveless jersey. I don't know what that's worth, but it was pretty cool. Let's see, I have this brand, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Aryeh, Araya maybe. This is an Anthropology brand. I've purchased it and sold it before. They do a lot of this type of like sweater dresses. They're really cute, they're nice. It's like a bread and butter, like $30 type of pickup. This was actually in a bag that someone had thrown back, and I picked it up because it's handmade, clearly vintage. I see a stain on it on the back side, but it's a handmade quilt in red and white. It has, see that again, more issues with me. I'll sell this as probably a cutter because it's missing a whole panel right here. It's a basket, it's a hand basket quilt pattern. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what it is. It's a basket of some kind. It's just nice, and it was really nicely made, and somebody spent all this time making it, and then I hate that it's going to be now thrown away. It's all hand stitched. So I may sell it as a topper or a cutter, and at least try to get like $50 out of it. These are just Hot Topic, but I thought they were kind of cool. Plaid shorts, you know, because when you want to look cool and goth and emo, but you know, you live in Vegas, you buy the shorts. Not a great brand on these. These are Nicole Miller, but what I liked about them is that they're probably like Y2K, and they're big baggy pants, and they're linen. So like that cargo baggy look, but with a linen pant, which I kind of like. In fact, I may even steal these myself.
Wait a second. She's gonna wear cargo pants. What's happening? Britt,
They're linen.
Britt, we need you to comment.
No, pants are cool, shorts are not. Okay. This is a Sammy Hagar concert shirt, the Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar. It's not super old at all. I don't even think it's vintage. On this Gildan tag, so it's maybe mid-2000s at the oldest. I can't drive 55. It's just a basic tee. There may be a million out there because he's still touring.
Need to slather some Dawn dishwashing soap.
Yeah, and it's got a grease spot. That should come out. Probably like $30, just bread and butter. This was one of my finds that I really like. This is a vintage 1950s, like kind of like a Harrington jacket.
It's a good rockabilly jacket.
Super cool rockabilly jacket. It's got a big pointed collar, but like pre-70s. This is 50s here. Look at this label.
Wow.
And the lining is super cool.
Very cool.
It doesn't appear to be really dirty or marked or stained or anything. I'm gonna have to look and see if it's something I can clean. It depends on the fabric. Well, actually, it kind of is on the cuffs. The fabric feels very, it's not cotton, let's put it that way. It's not cotton and it's not polyester. So I'm gonna have to, it says dry clean on it. So it's actually not 50s, this is 70s because it has garment care instructions. It's like 70s does 50s because this is a very 50s
I love it.
style. Anyway, I like it a lot. I'll list it pretty high, probably in the 100 change, 150 change. This I've had before. This is a promotional messenger bag from the 70s, early 80s, given out by Talon Zippers.
Weird.
Which is a vintage zipper company. I've actually had this bag and sold it before. It's kind of cool. It's a big crossbody.
But no zippers on it.
No, it does have a zipper.
Is it a Talon zipper?
I mean, I hope so. Yes. So it's kind of cool. I like it, and I mean, I'll probably sell it for like $30. Speaking of bags, I've got a Vera Bradley. Again, I don't always pick them up, but I do pick them up when they're in the bins because they're super easy to wash, and they sell pretty well. This one I picked up, it's got a little fraying on the handles, but it's not too bad, and then it even came with the little matching wallet. So I mean, for the $3 that this cost me, that'll probably sell for 30 or between 30 and 50. I'll probably just list them together. Oops.
Careful.
This is nothing special. This is just Boyd's Bear, but I picked it up because it had the tags. It's got the little Boyd's Bear stand, and it's a little Halloween one. So I tend to pick up holiday ones. I mean, it might be worth 15, 20 bucks. I just thought it was cute. All right, so I have this blanket, which I'm like 85 to 90% certain it's Pendleton based on how it feels, and it's an old one. It's definitely vintage. It's definitely 60s or 70s. There are no tags on it, which is not uncommon. A lot of people, if they washed them or whatever, they would cut the tag off, which was, it's always in a corner on a Pendleton blanket. So there's no tags at all. I'm gonna just kind of look for similar colors and patterns. If I find any others attributed to Pendleton with a label, then I'm just gonna assume it's Pendleton. In fact, I'll probably assume it anyway, but to be on the safe side, I'm gonna look first. And then if it is Pendleton, I'll probably list it for like 150. It's not a super fantastic one. In fact, the colors are pretty ugly, but.
I like it.
Another Hot Topic dress this
Cute.
time. It has strawberries all over it.
Super cute.
I liked it a lot. So it's very, you know, retro a little bit.
It's a big size.
Yeah, I think it's an extra large, size 1, which is probably like 1X. Okay, so this is vintage also. It's tiny though, to be fair. This is women's, Western. It's kind of like a shirt jacket.
What's the brand?
I can't tell. It's
the button.
The buttons say GD. I can't really see any more than that. I haven't researched yet, but snap front.
GP, Gold Pelican.
Oh, look at you.
I got eyes.
So look at that like big dagger collar. This is definitely 70s as well. It is tiny though, so it'd be like an extra small. Vintage 80s women's secretary blouse with what we call the pussy bow. And yes, that is what it's called. You just cannot use that word on Macari. Macari seems to think it's an offensive porn word. But that is what you call it. Secretary blouse with the pussy bow. You can call it that on any platform other than Macari. That's like a staple, 30, 40 bucks.
Macari's such a prude.
Seriously. This is another Anthropologie brand, Moth. Used to be a little bit more popular, but this is still like a kind of cool sweater vest type thing. A lot of their stuff is very retro looking, and this is as well. It has this kind of like short sleeveless, but almost a kimono sleeve. I don't know. Anyway, it cost me about $1. I'll probably list it again in the $30, $40 range. I think I just showed one similar to this last week, but this is vintage polo Ralph Lauren. It's like the 90s label, and this is just a quarter zip. These are nice, thick. It's almost like a sweatshirt, like a ribbed sweatshirt. Look. Those sell for like $30 or $40. Again, just a bread and butter type staple. This is from Torrid. I don't always pick up Torrid, but if it's a super cute print or something nice like this, I do. This is a wrap dress from Torrid. And it's just got the really pretty pleats and nice bold colors. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know what I'll price it at, 40 bucks or so. This is like vintage, this is like quintessential vintage 90s. Think Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake and their matching denim VMA Awards outfits. That's what this is. This is a big size though. This is a plus size maxi skirt from the 90s. It's a 1X. It has a drawstring waist and elastic, but and it's not blown out elastic. So it's just Denim & Company, which is a Macy's company. So you wouldn't probably put the brand in the title, doesn't really matter. Be all about the descriptors. So maybe 50 bucks for that. Let's see. This is another women's plus size dress. It's in a rayon.
So it came from the same person.
Yeah, it has the dry cleaning tag on it still. I'm going to look and see if there's more labels. There's nothing at the neck, but there might be a label inside that tells me what the brand is, which is, again, not necessarily important. These type of dresses, this lightweight, full-size floral with the maxi skirt, these are very popular in the summer. Very popular. It's nice and breezy if you live somewhere hot like here. Another 90s polo pickup, just polo sport, just a basic plaid button front shirt.
Ooh, what's that?
This is 80s. This is Liz Claiborne.
Love it.
It's kind of a cool print, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a white, this is women's, it's a blouse, long sleeve t-shirt / blouse type thing. I think it's pretty cute. Pretty cute. And then these little winter Christmas and Halloween and themes like that. I always buy these. This is Faded Glory, which is, as we know, is Walmart. It's probably not even an old one, but I always get the embroidered Christmas things, and they sell. They sell November, December, January, and not for a ton, but like 30, 40 bucks. For $1, they're worth picking up. And then these, I always like these little ethnic embroidered dresses and blouses. These are mostly found in touristy areas. Somebody probably purchased this on a trip to Mexico. But they're all these pretty hand embroidered boho ethnic peasant blouses. And that's like a $30 or $40 item. And then almost last, I got a couple more. This is just a vintage 80s cardigan sweater. Nothing super fantastic about it other than that it's 80s and it's a pretty bubblegum pink. Again, we're still going with the Barbiecore, so I will list that, and Barbiecore will be one of my keywords.
You didn't get the Barbiecore jacket I found you? That pink jacket?
I don't know what jacket you're talking about.
I threw it to you.
Oh, it was just a basic coach's jacket. No, it was blank. I did not want that. All right, and then I just have a couple more things. This is just Stanley, the captain of Princess Cruise Ship. He sells for 30 bucks.
Nice.
So I'll list him. These I always pick up when I find them. These are Z-Coil. These are sneakers with the springs. And these sell for 75 to 80 bucks, and they always sell pretty fast. I don't know what
Ridiculous.
They're kind of stupid. I don't know who wears them, but whatever. They sell. Let's see. These were just nicely made, and they're heavyweight, so I picked them up. And the brand is Palladium, which was not something I was familiar with, but this particular style sells for about 60 bucks. So I'm cool with that. They're suede and they fold over. They look kind of like better made Converse is what they look like. And that's it. That's what I got. So day one, today is, what day is today? Tuesday. Day one this week at the bins. And I mean, I did all right.
It is my turn now, and I actually got quite a few t-shirts today. I've been not getting a whole lot of t-shirts at the bins, and so I'm happy to actually have some t-shirts to list because those are my favorite thing to list. But first up we have a mystery shirt that I'm not going to show you because it's not anything that exciting. It's like a Christmas at Chili's t-shirt, but it's from 1988. But let me tell you, it stinks. But I was gonna throw it back because it was so smelly, but I just couldn't do it, man. I'm like, it made it this far, let me try and salvage it. So it needs to be washed, but it smells so bad, I'm not opening it until it can go directly into the washing machine. I'll probably put some vinegar in there as well because it's super, super stank. But it's a cute little Christmas, 1988 Christmas t-shirt. Get that out of here. Next up, I have, this is pretty distressed. This is from 2005. It is the second annual Spokane Blues Festival. You can see 2005, and it's just on a Port and Company tag. You can see there. Are you gonna focus camera? There we go. It's super worn. It says it's got Coco Montoya, Robbie Laws, Too Slim and the Tail Draggers, the Fat Tones, Henry Cooper, Carl Ray and the Blues Gators. Cool stuff. I love all the names of these bands. Anyway, super worn and faded, but I don't know, maybe I can get like 40 bucks for it. Next up, this is one that Vicki grabbed for me. This is just kind of a travel tee on the All Sport tag, so this is 90s, but it's been cut off. I actually have pretty good luck selling these. Girls like to buy these generally, so it's kind of like a crop top. This one's Hawaii, but definitely 90s, single stitch. You can probably sell that for 30 to 40. Next up, I've got this Pan Am Motorcycles t-shirt. This is not vintage. Probably made within the last 10 years or so, but it's got a nice big graphic on the back, Pan Am Motorcycles, and then the little graphic on the front. I definitely have to wash this and bleach it, but I don't really see a lot, you see a lot of Harley stuff. Don't really see Pan Am Motorcycles very often, so I figured I'd grab it. It's gotta be worth at least selling for 30 bucks or so. Next up, little political tee. This is also on the All Sport tag. You can see there. This is dead stock, and this is a George W. Bush for President t-shirt. I mean, I don't know if it'll sell. Most of my political tees take a while, but they do usually sell eventually, but maybe I can get like 30 bucks for it. We'll see. This is one that Vicki grabbed for me. This is on a Bayside tag. You see this tag a lot on like either political tees, or you'll see it on like Union t-shirts, made in the USA. It doesn't necessarily mean it's vintage. This one might be Y2K, just based on the collar and everything. It's got this cool little graphic on the front, and then the big graphic on the back. This is a weed tee. It says Savage, THC, Clayton, Washington, so I'm guessing it's probably like a weed store. Oh my goodness, is that Ripley playing with a toy? Really cute. I can hear a little squeak, squeak, squeak. Either that or it's Grizz. Next up, Vicki threw this my way because she didn't want to have to deal with cleaning it. This is vintage 90s Polo Ralph Lauren, as we've learned is the exact correct way of saying it. Rugby shirt. The shirt itself is in great condition. You get your little pony right there. It's nice striped, heavy polo, but the collar is all gross and yellow, so I really don't want to have to bleach it. I'm hoping that I can just treat it, scrub it, and then wash it, and that will come out. We'll see. It's worth a try. You can hear puppies playing. Next up, I've got this Western shirt. This is Rustler. I know Rustler's not, I think that's like a Kmart brand, kind of a cheapo brand, but it's a plain black Western shirt with the pearl snap buttons. And is that Ripley or Grizz? Ripley's playing with the toy. Don't worry, guys. You'll get to see the puppies before I end the show or end this video. Anyway, just a basic black vintage 90s Western shirt. So I can probably get like, we'll say 30 for that particular one. I did find some cool vintage tees. Now this one, I think you'll appreciate this. I don't know if there's any market for it, but I can't help but grab any vintage t-shirt I find. This is definitely like early 80s. You can see it's on that sportswear tag, and this is pretty much dead stock, but look how thick, look how wide that collar is right there. You got your single stitch. It's a very small, very tiny size. Not only does it say small, but it's even smaller. But you can see right here, this is from the Ramada Inn in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. But the back says Ramada Inn Laundry. So yeah, I don't know if there's a big market for Ramada Inn laundry t-shirts, but I still like it because it's a little piece of history. Next up, right around where I picked that one up, I swear, like, it's always good at the bins to pay attention to what's on the ground, because people get real crazy. Like I say, like the teacher bros, they get in there and they're all like, ah, and they're freaking out and flipping things around, and stuff gets knocked over on the floor, and sometimes you find cool stuff. And so this was folded up, so it was obvious that nobody had even looked at it. It was folded up, and it had been run over by a cart, so it's got some dirt on it and stuff. And I saw it was a vintage 80s t-shirt, and it is indeed. This is St. Christopher Church Run in the Sun Festival, so it's some sort of running shirt. And then on the back it says Barbary Coast 1984. But this is just regular dirt. It should wash out pretty easily. And it's on the old Screen Stars tag. You can see this is a early 80s Screen Stars tag. You can tell by the little curve on the A right there that is early 80s. Plus it obviously says 1984. Next up, another Polo by Ralph Lauren shirt. This is like 80s, 90s. It's very soft, and it's a nice kind of beige and blue striped, and it's a nice XL, big XL size. I've been doing well with my vintage striped polo shirts, so I had to grab that. This is one that Vicki grabbed me. This is Lacoste. This is probably late 90s, early Y2K. I know she grabbed it, she thought it said made in France, but it's actually made in Peru. It's just designed in France, but this is probably like late 90s, early Y2K. It's just a basic black polo with your little alligator on it. Next up, another vintage shirt. I'm assuming this is high school. It is Westwood Cardinals football, 1998. It's nice, nicely worn and faded. Nice big size, super, super soft. I don't know, some people don't like picking up the high school stuff. Like I saw a guy throw this back. I still like to pick it up if it has a cool graphic, and this is like a sports one. I don't know. They don't sell super fast or anything like that, but eventually they sell. I'll probably price it at like 30, 40 bucks. All right, next up, I don't know what this is. I'll have to do some research. I mean, I'm assuming it's some sort of band or group, because it says, or it's a company that does recording and stuff, because it is. Let's see, let me show you the sleeve. The sleeve, it says Guns for Hire, be a role model. So this is like embroidered, right? But then it's www.gunsforhireurbanmusicgroup.com. but it's the graphic on the back has Yosemite Sam, and it says, "Stick to your guns if you know what's good for you." So I don't know exactly what this is. I'll have to check it out. Figured it was worth grabbing and doing some research. It says All Eyes on Me 456. I don't know if the 456 is a zip code or what it is, but I'll figure it out. Whatever. That's the thing about the bins. If you're gonna pay $1 for it, sometimes it's worth just picking something up to check it out. This is kind of interesting. This is a UNLV Rebels t-shirt. This is probably either late 90s or early Y2K. It says made in Mexico of US fabric on this Fruit of the Loom tag. But it says Rebelicious on the front, and then on the back it says, "You gotta love them, 2 walk-ons, a 27-year-old, a 6'7" center, and a kid named Wink." I don't know what that is, but hopefully that should help me narrow down what year it's from. Kind of weird details, but maybe I'll sell that for like 30 bucks or so. This, I almost didn't get this, but again, this is where my sickness comes into play. Like, it's just, it's just a cool vintage piece. This is like 80s, 90s bum equipment. But it is so ridiculously thrashed and stained. I'm gonna have to do some, probably help Vicki with that shirt that's got the big grease stain on it, because I got a couple sweatshirts here that need some serious Dawn treatment. I don't know if they were like eating a lot of potato chips while wearing this, but this is like the old school bum equipment sweatshirt. I actually think the way it's like totally thrashed looks pretty cool. I just need to get out the grease stains. So if I can I'm just gonna have to like put a bunch of like Dawn detergent on there, dish soap, really rub it in there, maybe let it sit for a while before I wash it. Because I mean, the thrashed look I think is marketable. It's just the greasiness, not so much. So I couldn't not get it. I don't know, maybe I'll regret it, but if I can get those stains out, I think it's a really cool, like super thrashed sweatshirt. This is another one that's got like a big grease stain on it, but, and I saw 2 different people look at it and throw it back before I was able to grab it. And it's not, again, it's like some things I just can't resist. This is on this Hanes tag. This is 90s, but before I show you what's on it, you can see it's got, see if you can see that. It's got some grease stains, there you go. So I'm really hoping I can get those out. I don't think this is like a big money maker by any means, but it's Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. So Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman sweatshirt. You know, if I can get the stains out, you know, maybe I can get like 50 bucks for it. I don't know, but I have a hard time passing up any movie or television pieces. Next up is this vintage Robert Bruce, probably vintage 80s, 90s Robert Bruce Argyle sweater vest. I should be able to get like 30 bucks or so from that. And I got 2 things left here. I'm trying to be cool like Vicki, and I got this kind of satiny robe. It did come with the belt, so that's good. It's in really good condition. I think it's vintage. It's embroidered. It's got the really cool dragon on the back. Vicki says she thinks I can get like maybe 40, 50 bucks for it. I want to get more than that, man, but who knows. Anyway, just a really cool dragon on the back. And again, in great condition. I don't think it has any stains. It's just got really cool designs on it. The fabric itself, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. It's got like little bunnies and stuff. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Anyway, kind of cool. And then the last thing is I got a package of vintage tube socks, but they're dead stock, and they're perfect condition. They're not used or anything. And these are like extra long vintage tube socks. Look at that. These are really awesome. If you look up comps, if you just look up vintage tube socks and look at soles, I mean, I wish this package had like a brand on it or something, because these can sell for quite a bit. I think there's at least 4 pairs in here. I think 3 of them are those red and blue, and then there's 1 pair of this green and yellow. So yeah, so 4 pairs altogether. I don't know. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Anyway, there's 4 pairs altogether. I'll probably list them for like 50 bucks and see what happens. But yeah, you can make some serious money with vintage, dead stock, sportsy tube stocks with the stripes. So I think that's a pretty good buy. All right, guys, that's everything for me. I think I did okay. I don't have anything like crazy today, but lots of good, just basic bread and butter, mids, vintage that I think is going to keep me busy. And yeah, day 1. So we got two more days to go to the bins this week to hold up our goals that we set on Sunday. But we'll get you at least 1 more video after today's. But now let's go close this out with some puppy action. Grizz, you're so sad. Today's puppy action, I'm gonna dedicate to our friend Tiffany, aka Tiffy Pie. I told her that we all usually have some puppies that show up in our videos, so I want to make sure that she really gets her time's worth. Ripley, you so cute. Why are you so cute, Ripley? Why are you bitey, bitey, bitey? And then old lady Grizz, who also likes to whine a lot, and then Luna, who is just a sweet, sweet baby, huh? Yeah. So, oh, bite, 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 bite. All right, bye.